This is a Wright Stander 42-inch cut. This is, in my opinion, the very best Wright Stander. It's perfect. I can explain in other videos, but this is a video on how to remove the blades for sharpening. Now, first thing you're going to do is you're going to find a space that's just slightly larger than the Wright Stander. You definitely don't want to be able to walk all the way around the machine. A small path is all you need. Now, it's a hot day, so be sure to have lots of water on hand. You're going to want to jack up the stander. So take your jack and lift up on the stander. Uh-oh, I just dropped my jack stands. Let's see, I think I can go down. Yep, okay. So, let's get that back up on its jack stand. Okay, we're ready to move on. We're back on our jack stand. So, to get these nuts and bolts off, which look like this when they're in the on position, you use a 15/16 silver shiny socket. Those black sockets, that's for all the people that have the big money, so don't worry about that. And in this case, I'm using a 6-inch snap-on extension and a 3-inch Craftsman. The reason you need the extensions is because on this side we have a muffler on this very fine Kawasaki 17 horsepower, and it interferes. But with the extensions, we can reach. Now, you basically spin that off, and blade drops out the bottom. Look at that, 5 washers. Somebody was cutting low. This is the way I got it. So, and that's what our bolt looks like. Now, guaranteed, one will come off easy, and the other one will refuse to come off. So get a load of this. How do you say that? Ingersoll Rand. I've always had trouble with that. I've got this in 1/2 inch and 3/8. These are great guns, and these are older. I would expect 1990s. Could they be 1980s? But I digress. So get a load of this. This thing would not come off. I tried loosening, tried tightening, loosening, tightening, loosening, tightening. It was stuck, and that was interesting. So what I did is I took a handy 2x10 pressure treated block, and I wedged it underneath here on this front edge here, and then when the blade underneath came around, I actually parked the mower deck on that block, took all this out, parked it on this, and what happened was the blade was up against this, and then I went to turn it by hand. You're thinking, well, how did you turn it by hand? Well, before we go on to that next step, it's important to always be working next to a greasy mess of a dish, old baking dish of oil. You need that to stick your hand in while you're looking that direction. That's key. You can't go back home without goo all over either your face or your hands. And I prefer hands. But you're asking, well, how did I do it? So I went ahead and hooked up this little tiny snap-on breaker bar. So this 1/2 inch impact with a pretty big compressor upstairs couldn't pull that off. I hooked up this breaker bar, and again I had the block under there, and sure enough, with a few tugs it broke the bolt. And if you notice, the threads are coarse, so once I broke that initial bind, it just came right off. So how long have I had this mower? Gee, I lose track. Well over 10 years. Bought it from a landscaper that was like moving up to a larger machine, and Well, let's talk kind of quietly. If there's anyone else in the room, maybe send them away. How many times did I sharpen the blade in the last 10 years? Your Honor, in the last 10 years, I don't recall. Actually, the only somewhat useful information out of this entire video is probably going to be if you have a 42-inch cut Wright Stander dual blade. The blades are 21 inches long. For you Canadian friends of mine, 21 inches. Take a look at this. That's some blade there. Look at that. Which is sharper, this or this old piece of aluminum scrap? I'm gonna say this is gonna win out today. So let's go get these sharpened and balanced. In the meantime, we'll have an intermission.
Good things are gonna happen this year. We'll ignore all the bad things.
Smooth and sharp like a razor. King Arthur would be proud, made merry and impressed. We want to face the fin up into the deck. This is actually spinning around quickly and making a vacuum and lifting the grass into the cut. Sharp blades make your grass look really nice. The ends aren't torn, they're nicely trimmed, and you don't get a kind of a yellowing on the end. But aside from sharp blades, you want greased bearings and balanced blades. So if you look where my finger is right there, that's about the 11 o'clock position. There's a grease fitting under there. You want to get grease into those bearings. And then over here, at about the 3:30 position, you'll find another grease fitting right there. So get grease in those bearings, You'll have other grease fittings everywhere else, but they are spinning pretty quickly, and if they're spinning greased and balanced, they're going to last a lifetime. If the blades are sharp, they're going to give you a crisp, nice cut. Oh, and by the way, I was reading in the comments section of this video. That's right, I was reading in a comments on a video that's not published yet. Well, that's the beauty of technology. You can't use chrome sockets on impacts. That's why this impact wasn't taking this off. And then when I applied this snap-on with its medieval strength, that's why I was able to break that nut free. It makes sense. Remember, take care of these machines. They will last a lifetime. Would you look at those stripes? Now I'm not saying I'm as good as Mufasa or Lawns by Turf. No, no, no. Those are pros. But Big Brooklyn would probably agree. Those are some good looking stripes. We should ask Jeff's Lawn and Landscape. Oh no, not again. Who keeps leaving this oil tray? I'm gonna find out. I work alone, you better believe it. I'm gonna find out who's doing this. Glad you think it's funny, birds.